Hello, Uline fans. I'm Kevin Ripa, and this is my Sans 3 Minutes Max. We are going to, in the next episode or two, talk about what we're trying to achieve with our encryption. As you'll recall, we talked about confidentiality and authentication and non-repudiation and all of these concepts that surround encryption. And I want to show you, I want to walk through the 4 different things that we need to achieve to have our encryption as we use it today. So the first thing that I'm looking at is confidentiality. Now, when you watch these, you're going to look at each one, and by themselves, you're probably going to say, well, why? That doesn't even make sense. No, by itself, it doesn't. But we're going to show you each of the pieces so that the whole looks like it makes sense, because the whole gets really, really busy. So confidentiality is what we're trying to achieve with encryption. We just happens that we have to tack everything else on. So what does this look like? Well, we've got Alice and Bob and Eve. And Alice has a message, and Alice is going to encrypt that message with the symmetric key. Remember, symmetric key, same key that encrypts is the key that decrypts. She sends, she gets ciphertext when she encrypts this, and then she sends it in the face of the adversary. In other words, in the eyes of Eve over the big old bad internet, Eve gets to see the ciphertext, but Eve doesn't know what it is. Once the ciphertext gets to Bob, Bob uses the same symmetric key to decrypt it and gets the message. So that gives us the confidentiality. Eve can't read it, but here's the problem. If Eve could intercept it, Eve could change, and Eve doesn't even need to intercept it. With the symmetric key concept, the symmetric key can be, well, it's the security is in the security of the key. How secure am I keeping the key? And we talked way back on day 1 about how, well, the more people you share the key with, the less chance you have of keeping it secret for a very long time. So if Eve can get her hands on that symmetric key, she doesn't even need that message. She can create her own message and use that symmetric key and send it to Bob. Bob gets an encrypted message, Bob decrypts the message, and Bob reads the message. Confidentiality, but there's some other steps missing because Bob can't be sure that it was Alice that sent it. So now that's why we need to get to another level. We have to add another concept to our encryption. But in the meantime, and in between time, that's it. Another episode of 3 Minutes Max.